Anderson Silva is going to be fighting Chris Weidman in a highly anticipated rematch. How fucking professional did that just sound? Did you see that?
That was excellent. You expert person.
Let me tell you something. Don't ever say that we can't get professional, because we can get professional. We can break it down and make it fucking professional.
What they fail to realize is George, if somebody would break me off with $2.77 and a box of Tic Tacs, I'd be professional as hell.
George, okay, for a second, for the next 2 minutes, let's get professional as we can and entertain these motherfuckers out here, all right? All right, we're going to get professional, guys, okay? No more fucking around, okay? 168, and that's UFC 168, George. We're going to have a rematch, a highly anticipated rematch between Chris Weidman against Anderson Silva, who no one has seemed to heard from. We don't know where this guy Anderson Silva is. You know, he's gone into hiding. He's training with people over in Asia. He's training with people over in Brazil. The guy seems like he's on a mission. What do you say?
Kevin, I agree with you 110%. The thing I'm worried about is watching the UFC road to this fight, or lead to the event, or whatever they call it this week, because they're constantly changing names. Anderson says he's not going to change his fighting style. Well, I'm pretty sure it's their fighting style that got you in trouble in the first bout, Mr. Silva. And last time I checked, I don't think Chris Weidman's going to change anything. Because, Mr. White, I don't know if you've noticed, but not many of these MMA practitioners tend to change too much about their fighting styles from fight to fight.
George, you know you're on to something, and I'm going to have to agree with him 100%, people out there. Chris Weidman seems to be very, very just... I can't do this anymore. I can't.
Yeah, I can't either.
I can't.
Anyway,
okay.
Chris Weidman had a game plan and it worked. Anderson Silva helped him with the Charlie Shuffle, or the Icky Shuffle, or the Deion Sanders dance.
The Brazilian Shuffle?
Yeah, I don't want to see that. I'd like to see Anderson come out focused, use his head movement, use his striking. He was hitting Chris Weidman at will with the leg kicks in that fight. I'd say open up with that, see if Weidman has come up with a defense, because here's the thing. You're going to slow him down and keep him from coming forward if you chop his legs down.
Right. Yeah, and ultimately, I mean, and even when Weidman took him to the ground, which Weidman did very easily, Weidman took him down and control. That could be a problem for Anderson. We saw that when he fought Chael Sonnen. We've seen that's been a problem. Was it Travis Lutter that also did that? It was another fighter that took Anderson to the ground and controlled him. But that seems to be Anderson's biggest Achilles heel. Well, yeah, I said Chael Sonnen, but it was one other person earlier in his UFC career that did that also, and that seems to be his biggest Achilles heel. If Weidman can do that again, and now I will say Anderson pulled guard, controlled it well, got out of it, got back to his feet. It might just come down to a fight of, okay, can Weidman keep him on the ground and keep him down on the ground, and can Anderson work his way out and keep it standing?
If you go back and look at that first fight, that was the only time he did it, because the fight ended in the second round, correct?
I can't recall.
I'm pretty, because it didn't end in the first round. I'm pretty sure it ended in the second.
Yeah, it was the second round, I believe.
Yeah, because Weidman, because we all expect, because it was at the end of that first round when Weidman got him down, and we were like, oh no, here we go. And I mean, Anderson got out of it and got back to standing. But my thing is, I expected Weidman to come out in the second round and immediately go for a takedown. But he didn't. So my thing is, Weidman's camp thinks he can knock out Anderson again. And I'm pretty sure that's what they're going to be game planning for, because if in your mindset, if I did it once, I can do it again. To me, if I'm Weidman, I'm not coming out with the same game plan. I'm going to come out with the same, I'm going to come out and check the leg kicks, and then try to set it up for a shot and take him down and control him on the ground. I don't want to stand with Anderson. I don't think he can stand with Anderson 2 times in a row.
Well, let me ask you something. Let me say, obviously, George and I, we haven't hit it. We both have been Anderson Silva fans. I think we're fans of anybody who's an MMA fighter, that fucking dominant and that good.
And entertaining. Let me throw in the word entertaining, because somebody will jump, you don't like GSP. Not entertaining. About as fun as watching fucking grass grow.
Yeah, seeing Anderson jump from middleweights to light heavy and just kind of go through everybody and destroy them and put on a show and finishing people was just, to me, was very entertaining. But let's be real about this shit. And George, what happens if fucking Weidman comes out and knocks Anderson Silva out, finishes him again? Then
it's a wrap.
It's a wrap. I mean, because does Anderson say, "Fuck it, I'm done"? I mean, I would.
But see, here's
the year motherfuckers retiring.
Right. Here's where it gets weird, because there's grumblings about if Anderson wins this fight. Now, if he wins, let me say that again. If Anderson wins this fight, there's little hemming and hawing about him going to fight Roy Jones Jr. in a boxing match.
That shit could be big money. Money,
right,
son.
But it makes sense if he loses. It doesn't make sense if he wins, because if he wins, he's the champ again.
Yeah. Yeah, but
so
what Dana White might be like, fuck it, he's the champ, let him do this. Dana White is just trying to put fucking asses in seats.
The only reason Dana White would let him fight Roy Jones is if he's getting a piece.
Well, he's definitely getting a piece. And Dana White probably has a huge fascination with Roy Jones because he was a former boxer. So, I mean, he's, I'm sure he would love to see that. I mean, he obviously he let it happen with Couture and James Toney, so why not?
Come on, man.
I'm just saying, man.
That was James Toney coming to MMA. That wasn't an MMA guy going to a boxing ring.
Right. Well, I'm just saying, James Toney.
And dude, it's James Toney. It wasn't Floyd. It wasn't Zab Judah.
It was James Lights Out Toney, and it wasn't.
Yeah. The only person he turned lights out on was Tim Silva.
Yeah, pretty much.